The goal is still the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, wraparound porch with the fenced-in backyard. Not your girl having to break out her little mini microphone, okay? Who knew that y'all was here for my little video diary entry, my little video diary rant? Shout out to all of y'all who watched my Failing in My 40s video. When I had made the decision that I actually was going to post the video, I did so with the hope that the person who was watching it or the person who found it, if they related to it, that they would know that they were not alone in their thoughts. And also because I didn't want to feel alone in my thoughts. Like, I was just like, is anybody else out there feeling what I'm currently feeling? And so the fact that y'all watched it, that you commented, so many encouraging comments, not only did it encourage me, I've seen people reply back to other people and they're like, girl, this encouraged me to keep going. And so I am so thankful that I did listen to that inner voice that said post it, because your girl almost didn't post it. I was like, maybe this is just for me, because the internet can be wild sometimes, and I didn't know if I was open to the scrutiny. I'm not gonna lie, some of them comments had me side-eyeing. Some of y'all like, did you watch the whole video? Probably not, because I know our attention spans are short, so it is what it is. And then some of you had some valid questions, which bring me to today's video, because I'm gonna answer some of those questions that some of you had and get into some of these comments. Okay, Big Walk Pro, he was like, so if not this, then what? Right? What is the life that you envision for yourself at 45? And that is definitely a valid question. Of course, what we envision for our life changes over time. And even for me, what I initially thought my 40s was going to look like, I had to even change that vision because I had a baby on my 41st birthday. And so what empty nest Yolanda thought her life was going to look like at 41, 42, 45, 46 versus what new toddler mom Yolanda envisions her life is looking like is totally different. And if you were to ask me, like, oh, you plan to have a baby in your 40s? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So then, some of you might be wondering, well then, girl, why did you have a baby in your 40s? Like, if that wasn't part of the plan, why did you have a baby? In the words of my doctor, you do know how babies are made, right? You know how you make babies. Absolutely. I know how babies are made. And long story short, I put my trust in a man. Okay. Did I know better than to put my trust in a man in my 40s? Absolutely. Did I do it anyway? Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I am just a girl. Okay. I am just a girl, and I'm a lover girl at that. And so we ain't even got to go into it. It was everything that I thought it was going to be until it wasn't. Right. And so here we are. I'm 45 with a 3-year-old. That's, I'm not about to go back and forth about, what could have been, what I should have done. It was everything that I thought it was going to be until it wasn't that. And so here we are, 45 with a 3-year-old. And so when we talk about it from that standpoint, there are really just two things that I envision for my life at 45 that I may be a little disappointed about now because it's not that. So when I say, what's happening, this is not what I envision for my life. The two things are stability and financial freedom. And those two things go hand in hand for me. Like, they are almost one and the same. And let me be clear, because I don't know who is watching. Let me be clear. There is nothing about my current situation, about my current life, that is unsafe or unstable. When I speak of stability, at 45, I feel like I should be in a better position to make choices and make moves in the way that I want to, without having to jump through a whole bunch of hoops or jump through a whole bunch of obstacles. Like, I should not be in an apartment. I should not have had to apartment hunt at 42. I should have had a home. Like, and even in my house hunting process, it shouldn't be, oh, you need to go fix this, this, and this. At 45, I feel like all of those things should have already been in place. So when I woke up and said, oh, I want to go get a house, I should have been able to go look at a house, get a house, and be done. Right. And so there is this level of disappointment that I'm not there because, when we know better, we do better. I know better. And so there are just some things that I should have done better. Now, again, just like I said in my previous video, some of these things are just the cards that I was dealt, and I just got to play the hand that I was dealt. I am big on taking responsibility for my parts, for the things that I do, the decisions that I make. But I also know that sometimes life just gives you something else. So those two things are the biggest things. Like I said, stability and financial freedom. So for me at 45, if you're asking me, Yolanda, what does your life look like? It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, wraparound porch with a fenced-in backyard. Okay? It's me sitting on that front porch, drinking my coffee, throwing my hand up, waving at them folks that I don't even know as they drive past. It's me telling that little boy, close my door, letting out my good air. Okay? It's that. It's a little bit of rest and a whole lot of peace. I thought that this was going to be a resting season for me. And the fact that it is not kind of bothers my spirit a little bit. Like, let's just be honest. It bothers me a little bit that this is not a resting season, but I need to rest. This comment right here also resonated with me because listen, your girl been going back and forth to the doctor. We back in the gym because prior to me having my son, did I lose over 60 pounds? Absolutely did, which my doctor says is also part of the reason why I had a baby on my 41st birthday. But so it's not for lack of not knowing. It is really for me right now. It's a battle between doing and resting because your girl is tired, right? And so in the moments when I do have the energy, when I feel this like it's go, 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 and when I don't, it's like, ugh. And so I know now that it's going to take me a little longer than what it would have taken me in my 20s. So a comment about legacy and about what legacy I wanted to leave for my two sons. And I feel like I need to be clear about this. As I mentioned in that video, the Failing in My 40s video, I have had the opportunity to live many different versions of my life. And so I don't want there to be any confusion about who I am and what I have done because I have definitely made sure that my both of my sons will know who their mama is. Like I have put my stamp on the world. One of the ways that I've been able to do that, well, let me preface it with this. One of the things that I did not mention in that video is that, and I think this month in general is one of the reasons why I am so reflective is because my mother did pass away in April of 2019. I am Georgia May's her only child, her only daughter, her only child. And my mother was 57 when she passed. And so when we talk about legacy, trust me, I understand. One of the things though that I did in 2019 to make sure that at least a part of my story would be told is that I signed a contract to publish this book right here. My Pretty Brown Doll, Crochet Patterns for a Doll That Looks Like You by Yolanda Jordan. This was published by a major publishing company. So Abrams Publishing Company, the same publishing company that published A Diary of a Wimpy Kid, published this book. And it was released actually in May of 2022. Signed the contract back in like October of 2019 for this book to be published. This is the first and right now the only crochet doll pattern book that features all Black doll designs. And that's my name on it. You can get this book out of you can check this book out of libraries. If your library don't have it, you can request it. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it pretty much anywhere that books are sold online. Like I know some independent bookstores that carry it. I know some craft stores that carry it. And like I said, you can definitely get it online. You can go and check it out at your library. So when we talk about legacy, know who I am. And I am definitely making sure that my story will be told, at least a part of it, because this is just a part of who I am. Again, I've been fortunate enough to be able to live many different versions of my life. And so I don't want there to be any confusion about that. I think my disappointment or the conversations that I'm having around who I am right now, what I want my life to look like right now, has more to do with the fact that I thought I would just be in a better position at 45 to be able to make different choices and different decisions. I'm disappointed in myself that I am not, but that does not mean that I can't get there. The goal is still the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, wraparound porch with the fenced in backyard. It's still that. And that will be what it is. That's still gonna be me in the little craft room, talking about my crochet projects, talking about some of my other hobbies that I be doing. That's still that. It's still gonna be that little boy of mine probably tearing my house all to pieces. It's still that, right? It's still that. I think the biggest thing, it's an internal battle with my mind wanting to rest, my body being tired, and also knowing that I got to keep going. That I do not, at the end of the day, even if I wanted to quit, my spirit won't let me. It just won't let me. And so, because I'm not one of those people who cry on the internet, we're gonna let this video end right here. Again, thank y'all so much for watching. If this one happens to come across your For You page and you want to watch, you have some words of encouragement or anything, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. My goal is that someone else can relate and may not feel so alone in this thing called life.